The road to success is paved with laughter. Hi everyone, Mazen here. Welcome to the Maximal Life. Your health and wealth are a laughing matter. We've all heard the expression, laughter is the best medicine. Numerous studies affirm that laughter boosts your immune system, alleviates pain, and strengthens your heart. A heart study recently discovered that laughter actually expands the lining in our blood vessels, which improves circulation. Laughter can even burn calories. So I guess the next time I can't make it to the gym, I'm gonna throw in an episode of Seinfeld instead. Did you know that laughing for just 100 times is the equivalent of about 10 to 15 minutes of aerobic exercise? You could basically get a total body workout by just laughing. Several fascinating studies prove that laughter existed for centuries before even spoken language was there. Laughter was how human beings first communicated acceptance. Laughter was how we used to let each other know that we are safe. Today, as a recent Stanford study revealed, working adults are in the midst of a laughing drought. On average, babies laugh about 400 times a day, while adults over 35 only laugh about 15 times a day. A further investigative study showed that we laugh significantly less on weekdays than on weekends. When a punchline lands effectively, your heart rate increases and your brain releases dopamine, serotonin, and endorphins, all of which correlate with happiness and contentment. Neural brain imaging has revealed that people with high stress levels and anxiety and even occasional bouts of depression have less connectivity between the frontal lobe and the reward centers of the brain. And laughing directly reestablishes this connection. A Sasquatch, a unicorn, and a Loch Ness monster walk into a bar. The bartender asks, "Is this some kind of a joke?" Jokes defy expectations. There are actually studies done on what comedy does to our brains. Don't you love how curious humans are about ourselves? Studies have shown that the essence of what makes a joke funny is that moment when you think you know where the story is heading and then your expectations are blown out of the water. When the mind first recognizes that a joke is in the air, the frontal lobe of the brain starts firing, seeking out patterns. When the punchline is revealed, the mind is thrown from an information processing over to an emotional response, one that resonates deep with the neurological pleasure and reward center. This elicits a feeling of delight, as though you're being tickled by the unexpected direction of the story. We can use the same feeling in the workplace. Laughter reduces stress and increases energy. Laughter engages people and makes them feel good. The body is a reporter, and when the reporter is laughing, our minds peak in, not only in creativity and collaboration, but in focused productivity as well. One of my colleagues and his lovely wife owned the grouchiest cat I've ever met in my life. This cat has literally bit my friend's hand while he was feeding it. So it makes sense that the cat's name is Gnasher. Here's the thing about Gnasher. He does not hide like other grouchy cats do. He perches nearby or stalks about. He watches everything, judging us from his perch. He glares at everyone. So I asked my friend, only half joking, "Why do you keep that scary cat around?" My friend tells me that Gnasher can actually be really sweet when he wants to. I've never seen it myself, but I take my friend's word for it. One night, my friend was returning home from a red-eye flight, and he walked into his bedroom to the strangest sight. The night before, his wife had heard the familiar sounds of cats scratching at the back door after she'd already gone to bed. Gnasher must have gone out again. She climbs out of bed to quickly let the cat in, as she has done 100 times before. But tonight, to her surprise, Gnasher follows her all the way back to the bed. Ah, Gnasher. She loves it when Gnasher is affectionate because he's usually so standoffish. She takes full advantage of this rare opportunity to give her pet some love. Finally, after much petting, Gnasher nestles tightly into her arms. He purrs and softly nudges his head against hers until they both fall asleep. She thinks she's in Gnasher heaven. "What has gone into you tonight, kitty?" she asks, as they drift off to dreamland together. At about 7 a.m., as the sunlight is just filtering into the room, my friend opens the bedroom door and gazes adoringly over his sleeping wife. But wait, what's that in her arms? He blurts out loudly, waking her, "What are you doing with that thing?" She rolls over, still half asleep and softly smiling with the cat in her arms, draws it closer to her chest and says, "Nasher is being so sweet. I can't believe it. I don't know what's gotten into him." She opens her eyes to see her husband. Just his jaw dropped, standing in the bedroom doorway with Nasher right behind him, glaring at her with a newfound fury in his eyes. Confused, she utters a single word. "What?" She looks down to find herself face to face in bed with the grubbiest, greasiest, toothless, most mangy looking cat she's ever seen in her life. It looked like a purring bag of garbage. She screams and leaps out of bed. The garbage bag cat just yawns and stretches out casually across the sheets as if to say, "That's not what you said last night." My friend shared this hilarious story at the office meeting that Monday morning. Even though we had some challenging topics in our agenda for the day, everyone was howling with laughter. Several people had yet to meet my friend's wife, but after sharing such a great laugh, it was impossible to forget her name, or Nasher's. Now, when my colleague is greeted in the office, people can occasionally ask him, "How's Nasher doing? Has he forgotten Nancy yet?" Everyone within earshot still has to grin and chuckle a little. Just telling you this story now and reminiscing over how many times it has brought laughter and joy into our office since it was first told, makes me want to frame a picture of Nasher scrolling with his fury and put it in our break room. Sharing this silly story about Nasher, while it seemed off topic for an office meeting, strengthened our lines of communication within our team. Everyone opened up and relaxed a little, and then we were ready to get down to some seriously productive business. And a side note, just in case if you're concerned, they took that old alley cat to the vet where he was patched up and adopted. My friends couldn't keep the cat themselves. There was no way Nasher was having it. The office may not be the first place that comes to mind when we think about comedy, but work is a great place to laugh. When you share a laugh with someone, you get to know them better. Laughing can ease tension and relieve stress during crunch times. Consistently good-natured and quick-to-laugh individuals are a joy to work alongside, and they often see opportunities for advancement more quickly than someone who is capable at work but more difficult to be around. Maximal Achiever and comedian extraordinaire Jim Carrey says, "The effect you have on others is the most valuable currency there is." It is incredibly common and considered acceptable for coworkers to bond over how stressful a deadline is, or how annoying a situation has become, or how terrible the commute can be, or how tired they are from the night before, and on and on and on and on. Now, we know about the emotional contagion. We know that energy is the antidote to our challenges. We've all seen everyone in the office put on their work face. Larry David, creator of Seinfeld, said, "When you look annoyed all the time, people think you're busy." Humor helps us to remember that things aren't always as they appear. We may receive a brief and fleeting sense of relief when we're commiserating over daily stresses or work pressures, but the energy it creates is stagnant and finite. Comedy, in contrast, is helpful. Comedy involves endless possibilities and opportunities for things to change and shift form. The relief we experience from a good laugh is long-lasting, far-reaching, and rejuvenating. Scientists described laughter before the creation of spoken language as a shared expression of relief that marked the passing of danger. We aren't trapped by our current circumstances when we are laughing about them. Being able to laugh about a challenging situation is asserting the ability to successfully navigate your team through the situation without all the negativity. I have found that networking and other professional relationships are built on laughter. When associates feel comfortable enough to laugh openly and share a few funny stories, what you have are associates who are engaged in the workplace. When we are stressing, we tend to dissociate ourselves from our workplace and we go on autopilot. When your team members are laughing, they are present. They are right where you want them, and they are reveling in the possibilities and not in the problems. As maximal achievers, we're often in leadership positions, and some well-placed humor in the workplace is now being recognized as a common pillar to the next level achievement. A recent study conducted by Harvard Business Review compared 20 executives who were characterized by senior executives as outstanding, and then other 20 executives who were characterized as average. Each executive took part in a 3-hour interview that searched for high performance qualities. The study found that executives who were ranked as outstanding used humor twice as often as the average executive. The study also revealed that the more humorous the executives were, the bigger their bonuses were. Funnier executives make more money. Now, the overall conclusion of this study was not simply that funnier executives do better and make more money. Remember, they each underwent a 3-hour intensive interview. What this study ultimately revealed was that the humor was a marker for much stronger managerial traits: high emotional intelligence, self-awareness, and an exceptional ability to empathize are the true keys to employing humor in the workplace. Emotional intelligence draws the line between a pitch-perfect joke that everyone can enjoy or a cheap jab that might leave some people feeling uncomfortable or embarrassed. The executives in the outstanding test group all seem to favor positive or neutral humor, but not always. The point isn't that more humor is always better or that positive humor is always better than negative humor. What the study revealed was that maintaining a high EQ or emotional intelligence gave these executives the acumen to know where and when and how to place humor in the workplace. Famous anthropologist Edward Hall said, "If you can learn the humor of people, you know that you are also in control of nearly everything else." Today, whether you're at work or at home, practice laughter. Everyone you love will benefit both inside and out when you practice laughter at home. Home is the perfect place to practice laughter, especially if you have kids or pets, even the stubborn cats like Nasher. Try to make it a routine to laugh at least once with your family every day. Play a board game, watch a funny movie, or encourage joke telling at the dinner table. The last time I played this game with my kids, I came out with this gem. What do you call a bear with no teeth? A gummy bear. When you are at work, share a funny story or open your meeting by asking if anyone has any good jokes. This can set the tone for an open and productive meeting. If you're quick to laugh, spread the wealth. You will not only improve your health and the health of those around you, but you will also be a more sought-after commodity to your business. Think today of 3 things you can do to make your culture and environment a bit more fun. Go ahead, Maximal Achievers, laugh out loud. Challenge yourself and others to make laughter an everyday practice. Thank you all for joining me today. I hope you had a good chuckle while we explored the amazing benefits of practicing laughter. Finding laughter along the way is a very good sign that you are on the path to the maximal life. If you like what you have seen and heard, please subscribe.